Hey, what up? You're in the hole, Jerome. You're on deck right now. Clap it up for very funny Logan motherfucking Miles, everyone. Logan Miles, looking fly, always funny, great individual.
Oh man, have you ever seen a comic get off stage and you're like, wow, I hope he's okay. So I just got back from Pittsburgh, you know, and when I was out there hanging out with my friends, whoa, didn't realize there were so many Pittsburgh fans here, wow. So when I was out there, some of my friends were like, oh, you live in near Hollywood. Yeah, child molesters run the place. You know, I was like, what? And they're like, the global elite. They love having sex with children. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he went off on a huge, really, like, conspiracy theorist rant. I'm like, there's no way Hollywood is run by pedophiles. I mean, why haven't we had a Baby Genius movie in over 10 years? Huh? I mean, you would assume if they're running Hollywood, they'd be just spitting those movies out like Fast and the Furious. Like, oh, how to do karate this time? But then when you think about it, you're like, maybe a baby genius is actually terrifying to a pedophile. You know, like, like, don't make any of those Baby Genius movies, you know? Like, I don't know, imagine like a toddler walking down the street and they see a van that says free candy and they're like, it doesn't see an LA County food permit, the rest here, this doesn't look adequate for food consumption. It's like, damn! These kids are just too smart. Oh man. So yeah, living in LA, I get my groceries delivered. Anybody else? I'm 6'2", I weigh 270 pounds, I'm able-bodied, and I get my groceries delivered. Anybody else a piece of shit? Anybody? Open forum, you know, welcoming any sort of participation. You know, I really like getting my groceries delivered because I use a service called Instacart, where you can just pick something from Vons or Whole Foods, and then you can watch a 75-year-old woman carry 2 cases of Modelo up a flight of stairs. Oh, and then after she finally makes it to your apartment, you get to rate her on her performance. You're lifting with your back, Ethel. You can't. It's no good. You can't do that shit. 2 stars. I always feel guilty, like when she's walking in, and I open the door and I'm like, hi, yes, I could have gotten these myself, thank you, but I'm gonna pay you $3, so well done today. You know, so I feel like I should fake a disease, you know, like I'll text the guy, I'm ill, leave them outside the door, you know, because I don't have the courage to face these people. That's living in LA. I was watching something on Facebook the other day. Has anyone ever seen that meme where it's like, you know, the smartest people with the, you know, I misspoke. The people with the highest IQs leave their beds messy. You know, the people with the highest IQs wake up at 4 in the morning. Have you ever seen people who share that shit are some of the dumbest motherfuckers you know? I just got a facial tattoo in honor of Grandma. Did you know that people who eat a lot more wheat have the best IQs? It's like, they're not fooling anyone with that MLM bullshit. But anyway, so I grew up really religious. I grew up with a lot of, you know, in a very fundamentalist church environment, and there was a lot of times when people would get sick, we would pray. Anybody else grew up in a religious household or anything like that? You guys ever prayed for people who were sick when you were a kid? Anybody ever do that? Has anyone ever, like, had someone in your church, or your friends, or someone who's been sick, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to pray for that person. And then you go and pray for them before bed, and then you forget one day, and they die. And then you're like, was that me? Was that my fault? And I'm just like, and you're just carrying on with your day, like, I think I killed a guy last night. I forgot to pray for him. You know, and you feel this guilt just foreboding over you, and you're just like, it wasn't my fault, was it? And you're like, wait a second, I fucking killed a guy, and no one's gonna know. That's fucking badass. That's awesome. You know, I don't know where I'm going with that one, but speaking of, So I did a faux pas at work. You guys enjoying the Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, this is going great. Like, I really am so excited that all of the content Netflix is pumping out is just about psychopaths and killers. This is really going to be good for us. But I was going to work, and as I walked in, my coworkers were talking about it. And I have to preface this story by saying that I used to always confuse Al Bundy and Ted Bundy. Yeah, so my coworker friends were, just having a conversation. And I walked in, I'm like, oh, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, we were just talking about the Ted Bundy tapes. You see it? And I'm like, Ted Bundy? Fucking love that guy. Whenever you say something to someone and they do this, you said something bad, and they're like, so, what's so great about Ted Bundy? And I'm like, oh, he's a funny fucking dude, edgy, real edgy, especially with he cracked jokes about fat chicks and stuff. I really liked, and they were like, Ted Bundy raped and murdered all those women, and I'm like, I definitely missed the last few seasons of Married with Children. Apparently it just turned to Dexter out of nowhere. So I haven't binged as much as I should have, I guess. But anyway, I'll end on that, guys. Guys, you've been great. Thanks a lot for being cool. Give it up to your host, Eric Escobar.
Logan Miles, everyone. Yeah. Dexter. Hey, guys, in the hole, we got, is Elijah here? Is Elijah trying to make it? He's not here. All right, cool. Let's do, boom. KJ Vaughn, you are in the hole. On deck, we got Mr. Roosevelt right now. Clap it up.